Hi, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Crown, the Women of Mrs. Maharlika. I'm your host, Chai, and I'm excited to have you here. This podcast is all about celebrating the women behind the Mrs. Maharlika pageant, their stories, their journeys, and the Filipino heritage that connects us all. Hello, and welcome to Beyond the Crown and the people behind the Mrs. Maharlika pageant. So let's start with.
My name is Floyd, and I am the pageant director.
My name is Chai. I'm the host, and I'm also the pageant coordinator.
I'm Carmelo, the pageant coach.
And I'm Ochi, the social media content creator.
Okay, so magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi kung nasan man kayo. So simulan natin sa paano ba natin naisip yung Miss Maharlika?
So, ang Mrs. Maharlika nagsimula noong 2023 and with the aim to empower women, married women, Filipino women in Idaho. So we've started that pageant and now we're on our second one.
What is our plan? What are our plans for this new pageant?
So this pageant is coming on March 21st, 2026. And it's going to be bigger this time because we're going to be going to the Nampa Civic Center. And it's on a Saturday, so hopefully you can join us either live or through social media.
Yeah. We have a social media content creator who will help us with Facebook Live. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we are also on Facebook. So, bilang pageant coach, what are your plans with our girls?
So we'll be starting off with a few trainings for the girls. So that'll be probably the walks that they'll be doing. We'll also coach them on probably on some of the interviews, coaching them as well. Also when doing their makeup, for instance, if in case they need some touch-ups, we'll train them as well so that in case in the backstage if they need help, we'll also be there, but at least they know how to do their own makeup as well.
That's right.
Oji, ano naman ang plans natin for our social media?
Me naman, I will be the one to post the behind the scenes activities and also the coronation night itself. Then that's it, yeah.
Yeah, all of the updates will be available on our social media.
Why are you part of the Mrs. Maharlika pageant?
Siguro start with Carmelo.
Based on experience, I've been in the pageant like way back in my university days. Miss UST, we've been doing a lot of backstage activities. So that back then kami yung nagko-coordinate sa mga candidates and all. So we go to designers also to get gowns to sponsor them. So yeah, those are my experiences before. So that got me into pageantry.
Ganun din. Back in college days, I was involved with Miss Baguio. So since then, parang na-hook up na rin ako sa pageantry. And also, event organizing.
Yeah.
So we started with birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays.
And then anniversaries and then graduation. And now we're challenging ourselves sa pageantry naman. So it's good.
Ako naman, I usually do the sound systems, something like that. And sometimes I do the performances.
Yes, singer nga pala siya.
Yes.
Yeah. Kaya yun, medyo na ko doon. Doon ako nahasa or nasasanay sa mga events, sa mga, and sometimes I do the program itself. Program as well. So yun, nasasanay na rin. Then eto na. Ito na Mrs. Maharlika.
I guess this is yung biggest event na ginawa namin ni Kuya Floyd together. Napasama ko dito dahil kay Kuya Floyd. Pero honestly, yung pageantry has been part of my life. It helped me during university days, pinagkakitaan ko rin siya, honestly. Nagkaroon ako ng scholarship, with Miss ECE and Miss ISEP National when I was in college back many, many years ago. So, pero yung talagang, siguro kasi dikit na yun sa Filipino culture,
Yeah.
we love pageantry.
Yes.
I remember as a child, mahilig ako manood ng Miss Universe saka Miss Philippines.
Yeah.
Yun.
Syempre.
So, yun talaga ang nagdala sa akin dito. Kaya
Yes, tsaka back in the Philippines, kahit sa mga barangays, talagang nanonood tayo.
Yes.
Kahit Miss Gay pa yan.
Miss Gay, Miss Barangay,
Miss Gay Barangay, Miss Gay Pangkalawakan.
Yes, lalo na ngayon.
Kaya lahat ng klase ng pageants na meron tayo sa Pilipinas na papanood natin at saka minsan nagiging part din tayo doon.
True.
Yes, Miss Universe as well.
What does the name Maharlika represent for you and for the pageant?
So the word Maharlika, it means nobility and also bravery. If you recall the history, Maharlikans are supposed to be the elite members of the community, but at the same time, they are also the warriors of the community. So pinagsama lang yun ng Maharlika, meaning nobility and bravery.
Sa atin kasi wala namang mga king and queens, walang royal family, pero yung merong mga datu, mga ganyan.
Yeah,
So I think
Maharlikans.
yun ang Maharlika.
Ako kasi siya is parang highway.
Maharlika highway. Tama.
Which is yeah,
It's a highway in the Philippines.
it's a pathway.
Yeah, and Maharlika, I coined it from, I think, during the 70s, nung pinanganak ako. It was
Akala ko 90s ka pinanganak.
nung time na yun is, I think, it's a byword nung panahon ng Marcos time.
Yes,
Because
that's
they've
true.
been using that word mostly to name some of the places
And
or
projects. Yeah.
projects or buildings. I think that's one thing that I would remember from the Maharlika word.
Yeah,
Para sa akin naman yung Maharlika, parang stands for elegance, pahal. Kumbaga, siya, mataas ang tingin natin pagdating
Standard.
sa word
High
ng Maharlika.
value.
Pag sinabing, ay, Maharlika ka, ganyan. Ibig sabihin, maganda yung tingin
Expensive,
sa'yo,
yeah.
maganda image mo.
that's true.
So yun, yung Mrs. Maharlika, parang Mrs. Elegance. Parang
Yeah,
Mrs.
sure.
Mahal.
Stands for elegance.
Kaya, yun.
Gusto ko
Yun
yan.
yung
Go.
How did you define your mission or advocacy when you started?
I think yung advocacy naman really is to create a platform for women beyond being a mom, being a sister, being a mother, and yung part na we can still do it. Kaya Mrs. Maharlika.
Yes, kasi very challenging nga yung kapag you're married, you have kids, it sounds like it's the end of the world or pageantry world for you. So that's why we created this para mabigyan ng platform yung mga moms and also yung mga single moms na they still think and they still have the potential to be a title holder.
Sure.
So that's why we created this.
Ako naman, it's woman empowerment.
Diba?
It's more of, kasi nowadays parang it's giving women more platforms to express themselves or some advocacies, and also giving them the chance to, like, yung mga misis, mabigyan sila ng more voice.
Yes.
And also having this experience as well for pageantry. Binibigyan sila ng opportunity to have their advocacies and
Kasi pag yung notion ng pagiging misis, ang iniisip kagad natin, sa bahay lang siya,
Yeah.
sa lang siya, mag-aalaga lang ng mga anak. Eh dito, parang binibigyan natin sila ng opportunity or chance na to come out, na mapakita yung kanilang, showcase yung kanilang talents, yung kanilang kakayahan, na magkaroon ng title bilang Mrs. Maharlika. Kaya, yun yung naging advocacy natin na okay, out tayo, labas tayo. Wag natin ikulong yung sarili natin sa bahay lang.
Totoo.
Kundi lumabas tayo, ipakita natin sa kanila, okay, we are Mrs., we are married women, pero nagagawa din ng mga singles. Kaya, yun yung ating...
Part of it din ng advocacy, kaya namin binuo yung pageant. We wanted to help Filipino Americans and women shelters na we're hoping whatever fund we could come up with, makatulong kami in our own little way to provide scholarship and also help out those women in need.
So the shelter or the charity that we were involved in the past is the house next door in Nampa, wherein we found those battered women that are sheltered who are wanting to go back to school, so with their kids in the shelter. So we donated money to that need, and we're so happy that we got involved in that one.
And then we also donated part of the money to Boise State
Yes.
with the Kalau scholarship.
Marta Kalau
Marta Kalau.
and Dr. Kalau's scholarship program.
Yeah. And then part of it also we gave to CWI and University of Idaho.
Yes, and also we donated funds also to the Phil-Am in Magic Valley.
Sure. So hopefully this year or this coming year, whatever we can build as a fund, we can share it again to the same communities and scholarship funds.
In what ways does the pageant highlight Filipino heritage and culture?
So the Maharlika pageant actually started because of the Maharlika Performing Arts. So the Maharlika Performing Arts is the only Filipino American performing arts that are focused on the cultural presentation, and these are we only perform folk dancing, and the costumes are directly coming from the Philippines. Choreographies are authentic and based on the real dance learned and taught to the members. And then so the Maharlika pageant is kind of incorporated with that one.
What is the selection process like for contestants?
Paano ba tayo nag-select ng ating mga candidates, Kuya?
So we have qualifications, of course, to select the candidates. First of all, they must be women and 21 years and up. Also, they can be married, present, or current, or previous, or they can be widowed or separated, or also they can be on a domestic partnership. Another qualification is they must have a good moral character.
Yes.
So,
Agree ako dyan.
yeah.
How do you prepare participants emotionally, mentally, and physically?
So part of the pageant, we ensure the candidates prepare themselves emotionally, meaning we advise them or coach them to be themselves, enjoy their time during practices, during the pageant. So we advocate them not to be stressful during that time. So physically, I think we also advise them at least for them to be on their shape, stay healthy, and because it'll be lots of practices. In the coming months, there'll be lots of activities, so we have to prepare physically as well on that front. So, and stay beautiful as well.
Stay healthy.
And prepare themselves before the pageant.
Yeah, and part of it too is yung being the coordinator. I make sure I partner with Oji na lahat ng activities we reach out to them, we provide them the calendar of activities to prepare them. But we try to make it not as stressful. We plan it in such a way na hindi naman yung parang we are taking away time from their family,
Yes.
right? So we are making sure that whatever we are working with what their availabilities are.
And also, this pageant involves not just the candidate herself. Usually, we talk to the partners also or the spouses because they are involved as well. Because whatever time they spend to us, those are the times that they don't spend with their families.
Sure.
So that's why we make sure that we involved the families of the candidates, even when they're just deciding to join. We make sure that every family members of that candidate is knowledgeable or involved in the decision process.
What are some of the most memorable moments or challenges from the past editions?
I think since learning din siguro, it was a learning for us. The first pageant that we did, we didn't have a bigger team. At that time, it was mostly whoever is part of Inspire, and it was just the three of us at that time doing everything. But now we've expanded, so that's why we have Carmelo and Audrey here today. It was hard managing the social media for me. It was hard managing the social media and controlling what people can put in the comment section. That was a part of managing the what they call this the comment section and whatever people can say. So we're trying to protect our candidates, we're trying to protect the girls, and that's part of the challenge. Siguro yung maganda naman is we were able to showcase the Filipino culture, where they are from, what they have become, what brought them to the United States, specifically in Idaho, and how did they improve themselves along the way.
I think for me, the first challenge, of course, is selecting the candidates. Kasi marami rin na gustong sumali, pero mayroon din siyempre, they have to be qualified. Hindi naman lahat ng papasok is makaka-enter talaga sa pageant. So we have to now, we are strictly following the screening process.
Yeah.
And sa mga gustong sumali for the future, you can talk to us. You can we'll have this pageant again probably in the future. So make sure you talk to us first.
Yeah, tsaka kailangan din na may magawa mo siya ng maayos kasi para hindi magkakaroon ng problema in the end.
Yep. Yeah.
Kaya,
What impact has Mrs. Maharlika had on its participants and their communities?
I think since we had the first Mrs. Maharlika, it actually parang yung kami nanonood lang kami ng pageant sa TV, ngayon involved na kami. Parang ganon. And the community feel the same way. Na sila mismo nag-cheer doon sa kandidata nila, nanonood sila ng live, and they're family members as well. So yun yung impact ng Mrs. Maharlika dito sa Idaho, na when you say Mrs. Maharlika now, it became a household name, a household word. So
Yeah. And part of it as well is yung involvement with the community.
Yep.
Yung mga universities would reach out to me and to Kuya Floyd, excited about the opportunity for us to be able to share the blessings that we get based on what we were able to do with the Mrs. Maharlika pageant. And nabigyan din ng spotlight yung Filipino culture. Beyond what you see on TikTok, on social media, we were able to showcase yung magagandang costumes, yung talent ng mga Filipina. Apart from the adobo and menudo that everybody's familiar with, it goes beyond that. Magaganda, matatalino, magaganda pala ang mga costumes from the Philippines.
And also yung exposure ng mga candidates and the winners during the parade, yung mga special appearances nila, na a lot of people that didn't know anything about it is now kind of like anticipating na, when is the next Mrs. Maharlika, and who's gonna be the next Mrs. Maharlika this time. So that
It's
alone,
the excitement that it brings
alone
to the
excites,
community.
yeah.
Sure.
And it also brings the Filipino community from different parts of Idaho closer
Yes.
together
Yeah.
at that time since
Yes, at saka part of it, yung true meaning ng family
Yeah.
sa Filipino culture, nagiging intact or solid dun sa event na to. Nagkikita-kita
Totoo.
lahat.
Yeah.
Ano.
Yes.
Even though sila ay mga film na or ano or something like that, yung pusong Pinoy or pusong
Yeah.
pagiging Pilipino, nandoon pa din.
Yeah.
Totoo.
Kaya-
Yeah.
How has the pageant world evolved over the years and what's next for it?
The pageant world, iba na ngayon eh, no?
Ako, dati kasi pag sinabing pageant, it's all about beauty.
Yeah.
It's all about body shape, like something like that. Pero ngayon, iba na. Yung pageant, nag-evolve na siya into may misis na, may plus size na nakakasali,
It's more
may,
inclusive.
may trans na or something like that. So, yung evolvement nung pageant, hindi na nakakulong dun sa pagiging
Sa
pagiging maganda lang.
Yes,
Yeah.
totoo.
Or lahat dinadamay niya na. Lahat
Beyond
sinasa-
physical beauty.
Yeah.
Totoo.
it's more inclusive.
What message do you hope people will take away from the Mrs. Maharlika pageant?
I think the first message is that we are here advocating for those women that are entering into this Mrs. Maharlika pageant. We are not restricting it to anybody, but we want to promote the empowering of women, especially the married women, moms who are in the community, and at the same time giving them the chance to represent our culture in spreading love, spreading support through scholarships and through donations to charities and things like that.
What are some of the biggest challenges in organizing an event like this?
I think coordinating with everybody's schedule, because everybody have a family, have work, have children to take care of. Beyond us, kami mismo, we have work
Yeah.
on our own apart from taking care of the pageant. What more, the 8 women that we have invited to be part of the Mrs. Maharlika pageant. So we have to be on our toes to make sure that we plan out the calendar, we plan out the events in such a way that it doesn't conflict with whatever they need to do for their own personal lives.
Yeah. Another challenge is, of course, staging the pageant itself. Kasi kailangan mo ng venue, kailangan mo ng time, kailangan mo ng coordination when it comes to like community involvement. Those sponsors that we get also needs to have special, time and special attention. So coordinating all those is a challenge itself. That's why we're so glad that we have more people now
Yeah.
involved, and we've learning and constantly learning from our experiences in the past.
How do sponsors, partners, and volunteers contribute to its success?
First of all, this is a pageant. We are renting a stage. We are providing food, some of the costumes for the candidates. So it's really something that we need a lot of help from. In the past, it's really the sponsors that help us bring the pageant to the community. And second is our volunteers. They give us their time, which is very valuable given that before there's just the 3 of us. Now there's 4 of us plus Jessa, who's not here today. But it's a big deal to stage such a big event, especially next year. We are months away, but there's a lot of preparation we need to do. Having volunteers to help us out in doing all the activities is a huge help for us. Kahit yung pagsiset up lang ng stage, kahit yung pagdadala lang ng pagkain, that's a big deal because he is focusing on something. I am focusing on another thing. Carmelo and Oji are focusing on the girls. So there are other things we might be over, nakakalimutan na namin, but having volunteers around is really a big help for us.
But those who are wanting to sponsor, you can just contact us. In return, we will be advertising your company or your families
Here on our social media
in our social media platforms. So you can you have different options to sponsor. You can sponsor a candidate, or you can sponsor the production itself. So
Just reach out to us.
Reach out to us.
What trends in pageantry do you see shaping its future?
Ano na ba uso ngayon sa pageantry?
Well, it's getting bigger and bolder. I think with the recent pageants we've seen, they're much more creative.
Yeah.
And the girls are, what you could say, nag-expand sila on their talents, their activities and all that. So maraming nag-evolve siya as you go. So at this point, marami ng pageants na nakikita natin on social media that they cater to different kinds of individuals and
Sure.
depending on their advocacies, different pageants. So yeah.
Ito kaya pagiging aggressiveness ng mga candidate.
Oo.
Yeah, diba? Parang
Mas sila.
dati, pag napapanood natin dati, mahinhin lang, mabagal lang yung lakad. Ngayon hindi na ganun yung nangyayari. Bali, palaban na. In short, yung
Tsaka mas experimental sila. The way they walk, they talk, at tsaka yung mga costumes. Unlike before na very tied to, like, pag Miss Philippines tied to the culture, pag dinala mo sa bigger stage, dala pa rin niya yung Filipino culture. Ngayon, hindi na. Mas experimental na sila on how they present themselves.
I think what I'm seeing now also that's changing is yung involvement ng countries they represent. Ngayon talagang full support na whatever countries na yung tatawagin sa stage or i-introduce, they are there to support really their candidates. So I think that's a good thing that's happening kasi mas lumalakas yung loob ng kandidata kapag meron siyang support from their own countries.
Sure.
Parang katulad ng sinabi ni Catriona na parang dala-dala niya yung half of the whole population ng country.
During the pageant itself.
At parang national holidays.
Yes.
Lagi, any
Exactly.
pageant. Yeah. Totoo.
If you could describe the Mrs. Maharlika pageant in one word, what would it be?
Sa akin talaga, I'll steal yours. Elegance.
Ako, fabulous.
World
Peace.
Fast talk. Lights
Okay.
on, lights off.
Pageant? Lights on!
Ano during the pageant? Thank you.
Thank you.